Hi everybody, it's Brandon once again, and now I'm going to do a huge DVD and Blu-ray update for June of 2015. And I have 30 DVDs and 2 Blu-rays. So, the 2 Blu-rays and the majority of the DVDs I except for the first 7, the rest of the DVDs I got from someone who I was talking to at my graduation party. He said that he has a bunch of movies that he needed to get rid of. Yeah. So I got 23 DVDs and 2 Blu-rays from him, and 7 DVDs from my dad, because his workplace was getting rid of a lot of movies. So let's start with the 2 Blu-rays, and the first one is The Hurt Locker. And I heard this movie was supposed to be really amazing. So, yeah. I think it won Best Picture of 2009. I'm not sure. But, yeah. The Hurt Locker. My dad said that he really likes this movie. So, yeah. Hurt Locker. The next one I heard mixed things about. And it stars Russell Crowe and Cate Blanchett. I'm a big fan of Russell Crowe, so I got this for him. And it is Robin Hood, the 2010 version. I wanted to check this movie out, ever since it first came out in 2010. Ugh. Slipcover and the case is slipping out. That's pretty annoying, but yeah. Yeah. So, Robin Hood. If you've seen any of the movies that I'm talking about, let me know, because a lot of them I don't really know about. Yeah, this first DVD I have is the Explosive Extended Edition of the Bourne Identity. Yeah, I'm sure you've all seen the Jason Bourne trilogy. I'm the only person in the world that hasn't seen any of the Jason Bourne movies or read any of the books. I've never read any of the books. I do have the Bourne Ultimatum on DVD. I've had it for a few years now, and I never watched it because I haven't watched the first 2. So now I need to get the Bourne Supremacy, and then I can watch the Bourne Ultimatum. Not sure if I'll ever get the Bourne Legacy. I might someday. But yeah, the Bourne Identity. The next one is another Russell Crowe movie, and it's Gladiator. And it's signed by Ripley Scott, the director of the movie. So that's really cool. This DVD could probably be worth a lot of money from that. Because it's part of the signature selection, and it's signed by Ripley Scott. I'm not sure if this is actually signed by him or if it's printed on. It's probably printed on. But yeah. Gladiator. I'm sure this is going to be one of my favorite movies of all time. Ugh. Sorry, it felt like something was wobbling out, but then I forgot that it was 2 discs. So yeah, Gladiator. The next one is a movie starring Steve Martin and Rick Moranis, and it's My Blue Heaven. I don't really know that much about this movie. I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes and it said 71%, so yeah, that's a good sign. And I do like Steve Martin and Rick Moranis. Yeah, I think they're really funny guys, so yeah, I think I might enjoy this movie. The next 2 are they're TV seasons of a very popular sitcom that just canceled like last year or 2 years ago. I don't remember. And it stars Steve Carell. And it was based off a British sitcom starring Ricky Gervais, who was one of the executive producers for this US version. And it's season 1 and 2 of The Office. I love this show. It's really hilarious. Yeah. Like, the true joke is that Steve Carell, he keeps, claiming that he's the best boss ever when really he's the worst. It's like, a boss that we, like, it's not your typical boss. Like, an average everyday boss would yell at you for no reason. But this boss, he just bullies people. He just bullies everybody. And he, like, harasses women and stuff like that. Like, he harasses Pam a lot. Yeah. So, The Office. Oh, yeah, Pam is right here. She's, the secretary, I think? I don't know. I forget. You may have to watch the show again. I only watched, like, a few episodes. And I loved it. Yeah. So, The Office. Seasons 1 and 2. Great show. This other one stars Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. And the first time I watched this movie, which was like a few years ago, I surprisingly didn't like it. Which is uncommon for me because I love Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. Speaking of Will Ferrell, I did watch A Deadly Adoption on Lifetime. I watched it with my mom. And it was awesome. It was so amazing. I loved it. So, yeah. I have to rewatch this movie again. And it's The Other Guys. I do remember laughing at the scene when there's a big explosion and Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg were standing right in front of it and their ears hurt. They're like, ugh, how do people in films like are immune to how are people in films immune to this kind of sound? I think that's what Will Ferrell said, I'm not sure, but yeah. I think there's also a scene where they're snorting like cocaine or something. I don't know. So, yeah, The Other Guys. And the last one I got from my dad's workplace, is a movie starring Bridget Fonda. I don't even know who Bridget Fonda is, and I don't know what this movie is. I've never heard of it. And it's Point of No Return. It looks interesting. So, that's why I decided to, That's why I decided to, get it. Because it does look interesting. It looks like a decent action movie. It's kind of like it looks like kind of like The Matrix. I could be wrong. I did watch The Matrix in my film study class, and that was a good movie. It's overrated, but it is good. But yeah, Point of No Return. Might have to watch that sometime. And the rest of these I got from that guy's movie collection, the guy I was telling you about. The first one is a movie starring Jim Sturgess. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm horrible at pronouncing names, so I really apologize for that. Kate Bosworth, Jennifer Fishburne, and Kevin Spacey. Has a sticker on here, and I'm gonna try to get it off. Ugh. Man. Well, it didn't really... it did come off, but it left a little bit of a residue, but that's okay. It's 21. Yeah. I heard I heard a lot about this movie. I know a lot of people that like it, so yeah. I haven't watched this one yet, but it looks interesting. I think Lawrence Fishburne, I'm not really sure. He looks like Morpheus from The Matrix. Sorry, I keep mentioning The Matrix, I don't know. I think that's Morpheus, am I wrong? Yeah. I think that may be Morpheus. It looks like him. And I know Kevin Spacey from Seven, which I also watched in film study class, and that was awesome. So I need to buy that movie again, Seven. I need to buy it. Yeah. So, yeah. 21. Seems like some sort of poker movie, or some sort of, like, card movie. I don't know. These next two, everybody knows this movie franchise. It stars Mike Myers, and it's Austin Powers 1 and 2. I have the third one on DVD also, so I completed the series. And I love these movies. I would have to say that the second one's my favorite. Yeah. So, Austin Powers. Give me a minute. Sorry about that. I had to close the door. Ugh. Sorry, I'm kneeling down and my legs are killing me. Ugh. But the next one is, I don't know about this movie, and I don't even know this actress. Charlize Theron? I don't know. And it's Aeon Flux. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you think. I don't really know what this movie is. So yeah, Aeon Flux. The next one is a movie starring George Clooney, Frances McDormand, John Malkovich, Tilda Swinton, and Brad Pitt. And it's Burn After Reading. And it's by the Coen brothers, Joel and Ethan Coen. So that's really cool. I do like the Coen brothers. And no, I haven't watched The Big Lebowski yet. I know I should. I'll try to buy that sometime. Or rent it, whatever. Yeah. Burn After Reading. I heard this was a really great, dark comedy movie. Yeah. So, yeah. Burn After Reading. The next one I watched on TV once. It stars Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman. It's a great movie. If you haven't watched this, I highly recommend you do. And it is The Bucket List. It's about these two guys that are basically dying of cancer. And they try to do everything to, like, accomplish their goals. Like, everything on their bucket list they have to do before they die. Yeah, at first they don't really get along very well, but then they become very good friends. I'll just say that it doesn't really end that happy, but then, the very end, it ends on a joke. So you're all sad and depressed, and then you're cracking up laughing. I got the joke right away. Yeah. I can't tell you the joke, because you have to watch the movie on your own. So yeah, Bucket List. One of the greatest endings of all time. The next one is a movie by Oliver Stone, and it stars Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison. And it is The Doors. Oh, I really like this case, actually. Reminds me of a VHS clamshell, but yeah. Yeah. This movie got a lot of criticism when it first came out. Because of its accuracy. I'm sure, like, it's not really that accurate. They said that Jim Morrison died in a bathtub. I'm not really sure if that happened. Yeah, that's what they did at the end of the movie. Little spoiler right there. But, yeah. I did watch a little bit of this movie, and it looks pretty amazing. I know a lot of people hate this movie. But even if you don't like the movie, you have to like Val Kilmer's performance. Nobody can top Jim Morrison like him. In case you're wondering, I love The Doors. They're a great band. I even have a t-shirt of Jim Morrison. It's my first memorial shirt that I have. It says An American Poet, and it has a picture of him, and it says 1943 to 1971. I don't know where that shirt is now. I bought it like a couple months ago. Bought it a few months ago at a mall. But yeah. The Doors. Oh. This next one is a horror movie with Shia LaBeouf, David Morse, or David Morse, whatever, Sarah Romer, and Carrie Ann Moss. Sorry. I can't pronounce names. And it's Disturbia. I heard a lot about this movie. I even know the song, Disturbia. So, yeah. Sure, everybody knows the song. Yeah. Disturbia. Ugh. Sorry, guys. The next one is a comedy movie that everybody hates. And trust me, I hate Pauly Shore. I really hate him. But, yeah. But, this movie looks like a guilty pleasure kind of, a fun movie. And it's Encino Man. With, Brendan Fraser and co-starring, Sean Astin. Yeah. Yeah. So, Encino Man. The next one I watched at school a couple of years ago. And it stars Dennis Quaid and Rob Brown. And it's inspired by a true story, so it's a biographical drama. And it is The Express. The Ernie Davis story. Yeah. I heard a lot about this movie. I heard it was supposed to be really good. I watched, like, the first 45 minutes of this. But I haven't watched, the entire thing. The entire thing is 2 hours and 10 minutes, so I never got a chance to... That's the thing at schools. Once you start a movie, you mostly never end it. Like, we watched McFarland USA around, like, the end of the school year. And, we never got a chance to watch the ending. Yeah. Same thing with Medea's Big Happy Family. We never finished that either. That's the thing at schools, and you need to get used to it. I did. So, The Express. The next one is a Jim Henson Show, and it has 2 episodes. 2 episodes of a famous Jim Henson show that everybody knows about, and it's Fraggle Rock. This is a great show. I love this show. Loved it ever since I was a kid. And it has the first 2 episodes, I think. Beginnings and Wembley and the Gorgs. Yeah. So yeah. Fraggle Rock. I used to watch this show like I used to have like a couple VHS tapes of it when I was a little kid, and I would watch them all the time. Yeah. I haven't watched the show in a really long time, so yeah. They used to play it on the Hub, which was a really awesome network. It brought back a lot of classic shows. So, yeah. Fraggle Rock, where it all began. The next one I watched like a really long time ago, so I don't really know about it that much. It was made in, I guess, 1997, I'm not sure. And it stars Bruce Willis. It's a famous alien movie. And it's The Fifth Element. I know the nostalgia critic Doug Walker's dad Barney. This is his favorite movie. Barney Walker's favorite movie. And he said he would make a remake of it if he wanted to. If he was a famous filmmaker, he would do a remake of this. That's what he said. So, The Fifth Element. Yeah, I watched it once like a long time ago, and I remember liking it. And all my friends told me about it. They said that they all loved the movie, so yeah. The next one has been on my wish list for a long time, ever since I first heard about this movie. And you probably know the famous line from this movie, first rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. And it stars Brad Pitt and Edward Norton. It's a 1999 movie, and it's Fight Club. Yeah! Finally got a chance to watch this movie. Surprisingly, it doesn't come. It comes with the R rating, but not the reason. I know the reason, like the description of it. It's disturbing and graphic depiction of violent antisocial behavior, sexuality, and language. Yeah. I guess it's a 2002 DVD, so they wouldn't have that. I guess they didn't have any room for it because it's kind of long. Never have I seen a rating like that. Violent antisocial behavior. I have heard about the storyline to this, and it completely makes sense. But I'm not sure if they would depict it in a disturbing and graphic way. Like sometimes with film ratings, they go a little too overboard, and I don't really see them. Like a perfect one is Slumdog Millionaire. There's little to no violence, there's no disturbing images, and the language is PG-13. So I didn't get that. The movie should have been PG-13. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Fight Club. Can't wait to watch this movie. It's gonna be really awesome. And I do like Brad Pitt and Edward Norton, so that's gonna be really good. The next one is another one that's been on my wish list for a long time. And it stars Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. I'm not sure how you pronounce that first name. And it's based on a book by Hunter S. Thompson. And it's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Yeah. From what I've heard, this is supposed to be a really good movie, and it's one of Doug Walker's favorite movies. Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic. He needs no shout out from me. He's a very popular guy. He has like a ton of subscribers, which I hope I get that someday. So yeah, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. The next one has 10 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, what is this? Well, it doesn't say on the DVD what it is, but, oh yeah, 2003 release, so it's probably like a 2002 or 2003, movie. And it stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Daniel Day-Lewis, and Cameron Diaz. Which I do like all three of them. And I watched the beginning of this in history class. And it's by Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese, I mean Scorsese, yeah. I was right there. And it is Gangs of New York. This looks like an awesome movie. I heard it was really awesome, so yeah. So, yeah. Gangs of New York. The next one is a war movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Peter Sarsgaard, Chris Cooper, and Jamie Foxx. I do like Jake Gyllenhaal, Chris Cooper, and Jamie Foxx. I'm not sure about Peter Sarsgaard. I don't know. I'm not sure how you pronounce that last name. If you know how to pronounce it, let me know in the comments. How to pronounce it, because I don't really know. But yeah, this movie looks pretty good. I don't think I've even heard of this. But yeah. And it's Jarhead. I am a big fan of war movies, so yeah, I might like this movie. Like, my favorite war movie is everybody's favorite war movie, and it's Saving Private Ryan. And I'm one of the only people that can actually watch the first half hour without, getting uncomfortable. I know lots of people that said that they watched the first half hour and they had to turn it off. Which I understand, it is very graphic, but yeah. Jarhead. Sure, it's going to be an enjoyable movie. The next one is yet another movie with Brad Pitt in it, and it has his wife, Angelina Jolie, or maybe ex-wife now, I don't know. By the way, have you heard the stories about Brad Pitt being a secret bisexual? That's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty interesting, yeah. And it's Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah. Yeah, I do like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I've been getting into Angelina Jolie more if you've seen my videos. Yeah. Ever since I saw, Unbroken in the theater, which was a really great movie, by the way, I've been a fan of her work. So, yeah, I know a lot of people don't like her, but I like her. And she's beautiful, too. I mean, look at that. She's hot. But, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah. Looks enjoyable. This next one is a British sitcom starring Rowan Atkinson, and it is Mr. Bean the Whole Bean. I know lots of people that have this DVD set. It includes 3 volumes, the 3 volumes of the series. And I heard this show is supposed to be really funny. So I might as well check it out sometime. So yeah. Mr. Bean the Whole Bean. Oh. Got 5 more. The next one is a movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Laura Dern. Based off an extraordinary true story, and it is October Sky. And yeah, I don't really know that much about this movie. I don't think I've even heard of it. But let me know what you think. If you've seen the movie, please let me know. If you've seen any of these movies I just shown, please let me know what you think of them. So yeah, October Sky. The next one is a spin-off of Shrek, and it stars Antonio Banderas, or Zorro as I call him, since everybody knows him as Zorro, and it's Puss in Boots. I heard this movie is supposed to be one of the greatest, one of the funniest children's movies of recent years. It really does look like that. Yeah, I heard this was really funny. But yeah. Puss in Boots. It also stars Salma Hayek as this cat right here. Yeah. So, yeah. Puss in Boots. I mean, I do like the character Puss in Boots in the Shrek movies. He's really funny. The next one is a movie starring Johnny Knoxville. And a lot of people would consider this very offensive towards people with disabilities. But yeah. It's the movie where Johnny Knoxville pretends to have a disability so he could go into the Special Olympics and win a lot of money for his uncle's hand surgery, I think. Yeah. And it is The Ringer. Yeah, this movie actually looks really funny. But I was actually kind of offended when I saw the trailers to it. Like, the way that Johnny Knoxville is portraying a guy with a mental disability is very stereotypical, I have to admit. He could have done a better job at it. At least they all do a good job at portraying. The other actors do really good jobs. Especially the Down syndrome guy. You really think he has it. Yeah, that is some real good acting right there. Yeah. Like, there's this one scene where Katherine Heigl, one of the trainers or the coordinators, I don't really know, is hugging Johnny Knoxville, and he says, "Stevie doesn't know what's happening to his body." Yeah, and there's a funny scene when I think his uncle or something, I don't really know, or one of his friends, I'm not really sure, that he parks in a handicap spot because he's pretending to have a disability around this time in the movie. And Johnny Knoxville's like, "You can't park here. You're not handicapped." And he said, "Well, you are, aren't you?" And then he goes to some random guy in the parking lot and he points to him and he says, "My friend here has an IQ of 38. Is he allowed to park here?" Yeah, that scene was pretty funny. So, yeah. The Ringer. I also saw the scene when, I think it's this guy right here. Johnny Knoxville scratches his CD and he gets really mad because of it. "Scratch! You scratched my CD!" And Johnny Knoxville's like, "No, Stevie, enjoying the CD, admiring the CD." Like, if somebody were to scratch my DVDs, stuff would get real, I would have to say. I would get mad, but not mad that I would get my posse out and beat the guy up. They were threatening to beat him up in the movie. Yeah, I don't really remember. I watched it a while ago, so I don't really know. But yeah, The Ringer. The next one is, we have two more, is a Quentin Tarantino movie. And it is Reservoir Dogs. I heard this movie was really good. Of course, if it's Quentin Tarantino, then it's gonna be good. Yeah. So, Reservoir Dogs. I haven't watched this movie yet, but it looks interesting. Looks like a great movie. Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. And the last one, finally, is a movie starring Chris Farley and David Spade. And this is a great, sorry, I'm trying to get the security sticker off. There we go. That's stuck to my finger. Got it off. Yeah. Stars Chris Farley and David Spade. And this is a great comedy. And it is, I know you've all seen this movie, so I don't need to go any further. Sorry. Tommy Boy. Yeah, this is a great movie. I'm sure you've all seen it. Yeah. So, Tommy Boy. Tommy want wingy. Yeah. So yeah, Tommy Boy. So that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoy, and see you in the next one. Bye.